Hello, and welcome to the Hazeshift Mech Repair Facility orientation. This is where all our new hires and existing hires who have unfortunately had memory problems due to accidental head trauma will be given information about the facility and some of the day-to-day things that should be kept in mind so that your workdays can be safe and efficient. Let's start off with the basics. The Hazeshift Mech Repair Facility is a 4-floor facility. On the first floor, you enter the lobby. For employees, it will be the main entrance and exit area in non-emergency situations. Multiple cameras and sensors take multiple data points and run it through our security protocols to verify that you should be here. From that, there are two options. Off the main lobby to the right is the hallway leading to my personal room. The hallway is not booby-trapped, it doesn't have any sentry security, and like some of the other places in the facility, I have not put down landmines. But unless you are upper management, really need to talk to me in person, or are reporting some catastrophic damage that I probably already know about, or are just dumb enough to do it, just don't go down that hallway if you don't have to. Oh, and for those of you wondering why I am showing the old blueprints instead of some new professionally taken photos, well, it's because we did hire a photographer, but they haven't been seen for weeks. And as much as I like/am our security system, there are unfortunately a few blind spots because of, and this is what HR and legal has told me to say, human privacy concerns. Aside from that, if you continue down the other part of the main hallway, on the right you will see the maximum reinforced safety glass. Please do not touch it, lean on it, or get any human fluids on it, through which you will be able to see to the bottom of the repair bay. And on the left, you will find many of our facility's amenities provided to staff, like our world-class cafeteria with plenty of food and fluids for you humans to ingest to keep your metabolism stable, shops to buy stuff that I guess will give your life some kind of meaning, a gym with equipment for you all to exercise to burn off the excess caloric intake, and the infirmary to get help and first aid for your many, many human health problems. On the second floor is the human living area, where we provide housing to all our staff and their families, as well as our hygiene facilities and some less heavy maintenance power systems. Please do not ask how big it is or how we accommodate all these people. I didn't bother to keep the reason in my memory storage anymore, and it should pose no problems for all of your literal lifespans. Also, just like a pool, please do not run in our indoor bathhouse. The tiles are slippery at times, and there have been a few concussions. And if you're not with facility maintenance, do not go into any of the areas of the power systems. This is your only warning. On the third floor, we have the office and lab spaces. Senior staff each have their own office, and the remaining space is first come, first served for what projects have been approved and are currently being worked on. Oh, and just as a reminder to those working in the labs, they all have automatic safety doors which close and seal once experiment danger passes a specific threshold, so that everything inside the lab can be cleansed. So just in case something goes wrong during your work, remember this. Do not try to control it. Do not think of doing anything to try and save the experiment. Do not think of trying to save any of the data. All that is backed up in the cloud regardless. And do not be a hero. Just get everyone out of the room. Oh, also, while I'm thinking of it, one last office lab rule. Do not take Milton's swingline stapler. I'm only 85.6% sure on how he keeps getting the flamethrowers out of the armory, but if it keeps happening, I might just let him keep it one day. And finally, on the fourth floor, you reach the ground level for the mech repair bay area, where my larger form will always be on standby, as well as another repair bay for any additional clients we may take on from time to time. Also down here, you will find the storage area for things like tools, extra parts, and other things we can't get rid of no matter how much I want to. You'll also find this armory, staging area, and weapons testing grounds where I test out smaller versions of all our up-and-coming mech weaponry. Why smaller versions, you ask? Because if a regular size one blew up, I can't just boot up a backup of this facility and all of you. So it's better if I just get blown apart, disintegrated, or atomized, etc. So that's enough for the tour, and now I'll go ahead and list off a couple of my workplace rules. Consider these as written in stone and should be followed at all times, while other rules your higher-ups may give you at points need to be disregarded. Rule 1. If I tell you to do something, do it exactly as I told you. Do not deviate from my instructions in any fashion. Doing so will end up with either a trip to the infirmary or you dying. Rule 2. Only children are allowed to call me Mr. Robot. The rest of you can say boss, Haze, mech boss, or sir. You're grown adults. And no, intoxication doesn't give you a pass either. Rule 3. Do not disregard any sign about any hazards in the facility. They are there for your safety, because I know how stupid humans can be, and not just for corporate compliance. Rule 4. Feel free to file all the OSHA complaints you want, but I'll tell you right now, to them, I'm technically classified as an appliance, and there isn't shit they can do to me. Stupid humans. Rule 5. If Mech Mama comes to visit, do not tell her where I am. Rule 6. If any outerversal being warps into the lobby and doesn't immediately start trying to attack things, please make sure they have the proper paperwork before allowing them entry. Rule 7. If you see this creature, do not feed her after midnight. Do not expose her to bright lights, and do not get her wet. If encountered, call facility maintenance and tell them to use animal control procedures. It's for your own protection. Rule 8. Do not try and be sneaky around here. You cannot outsmart or outthink a machine intelligence. Just don't try. Rule number 9. Do not ask me if I want to play a game of chess or tic-tac-toe. Do not ever ask. Okay, this is technically Rule 10, but it's more of like an assurance, so, you know. Rule 10. I know humans are prone to reacting in an almost uncountable number of variables, but I assure you that if you do your best to follow the above rules, that you'll have a good day at work, and a good career. And with that, that's all the basic orientation I'm going to give. The rest should be easy enough to grasp. If you have any questions, please ask someone other than me. Alright, I'm sufficiently bored with giving you information that should be easy enough to understand. Have a good day at work, everyone, and remember, you signed up for this!